Hello again. Thanks for watching this video. And today's topic deals with rational expressions, and we will, in addition to defining them, talk about putting them in lowest terms, multiplying and dividing them, and adding and subtracting them, and simplifying complex fractions. Like always, reading the examples in your book, which are not the examples we're doing in this video, is useful, and you should stop and start this video to make sure that you're capturing the content. The quotient of two polynomials is a rational expression. The domain of a rational expression is the real numbers for which it's defined. In particular, you cannot have 0 in the denominator. And so in this case, for example, we say the denominator can't be 0, so we have to throw out x equal minus 2. And we put that domain as all real x except x equal minus 2. Here's a classroom example. You're supposed to find the domain of the rational expression. Pause the video and see how you do, and I'll be back in a moment. And I'm back. And we see that the domain is a set of all x in real numbers such that x is not equal to minus 3 and x does not equal to 1. Putting things in lowest terms requires us to use the fundamental principle of fractions, and here you see there's a common factor of c that's not equal to 0, so you cancel it and you reduce it to a over b. We'll always want to put things in lowest terms. Students do make mistakes about this sometime, and so this caution is well founded, and the mantra for students should be factor first to avoid making mistakes of that kind. So we're to write the rational expressions in lowest terms. So you factor everything and cancel out common factors. Let's see how you did. It is probably worth noting that over here we canceled x minus 4 with 4 minus x because those are negatives of each other. The answer could have been written either of these two ways and been correct. When we multiply or divide rational expressions, it's the same as the way you do with fractions. For multiplying, you multiply across the top and across the bottom and reduce the fraction that you have. When you divide, you invert the divisor, turn it upside down, and multiply. So here we're to divide or multiply as indicated. This is a multiplication, 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 and this is a division. And you always put your answer in lowest terms. And these are the answers that you should have gotten. Notice up here we did invert after we factored things and we canceled common factors. Ask questions as you don't understand some of these things. When you add or subtract fractions, you need to get a common denominator to do it. And here's how you find the least common denominator that will simplify your work. Let's do some problems. So here we're to add or subtract as indicated and simplify our answer. Let's see how you did. Here the LCD was 30z to the fourth, m minus 5 for this one. And here it was the product of x minus 3, x plus 5, and x minus 5. So those are the answers that you should have gotten. I showed two ways to write this answer. Either of those would have been correct. The last topic that we study in this section is things that are called complex fractions. And the quotient of two rational expressions is a complex fraction. And there are two methods. Method 1, where we separately do the numerator and denominator, or actually this is getting by the LCD of all the fractions. Method 2, you do the numerator and denominator separately. So here are our problems. It's important to realize that 3 is 3 over 1, 6 is 6 over 1, and we are using two methods on the second problem, part B. So here are the answers that you should come up with, simplified in lowest terms. In closing, remember, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. See you in class.